Hello, my friends. I was going to do a vlog with Serenity today, but she went to go cut wood with her dad and her uncle. She's going to go hang with them for a bit. And she's in a pretty good mood, even though yesterday was pretty devastating for her. It's actually not even that big of a deal, but in her world it was huge. Her friend, well, at first, she's been going back and forth with her friend, and I have not wanted to been playing with them, because usually I go with her, and I've been telling her no, because I don't like the attitude. I don't like, the situation and all that kind of stuff. So I've been telling her, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to play with, if you want to come over and play with me, that's one thing, but I'm not going to go. No. And I even offered her to play with her other friend, Robert. So we'll go, I don't mind going hanging out with Robert, but no. And so yesterday, she was all hanging out. I told her I didn't want to go see if her friend was home or whatever. And we were just hanging out at my house, and we were doing nail polish, just doing nails and stuff. And I was trying to talk to her about, I was like, hey, check it out. Friends don't go to people's friends' house and ask them for their stuff. I was bringing up a little bit with her about how her friend's always asking her for her stuff. And I'm like, you don't do that. And we had a good conversation. Everything was good. We talked about friendships and what they're supposed to be like and all that kind of thing. And then everything was cool. Then my daughter came over, and she's like, hey, Serenity, your friend wants to know if you want to come play with her. And Serenity's like, okay, bye, to me. And I'm like, wait a minute, what about picking up the mess? We have all this nail polish out, cotton balls, nail polish remover, stencils, glitter. We have all this stuff all out, a lot of it. And she just stares at me. So I was like, well, I guess as your friend, I'll just clean it up. And then, so she left. I could tell she was not liking that response. But I just left it like that, and I picked it up. And then, half an hour later, she comes over, and she's like, hey, my friend wants to know if she can have your picker, the picker that we use to pick up garbage. And I said, no. Are you guys going to go pick up garbage? And she's like, no, we just want to play with them. And I'm like, they're to pick up garbage. And I'm like, and she's like, oh, well, maybe we will pick up garbage. And then I was like, I don't know, because I don't want to go right now. And then Serenity left for a second, then she comes back and she's like, my friend she wants to have it. She doesn't want to borrow it. She wants you to give it to her. And I said, well, I'm not going to give her my stuff. And that's not very nice of her to demand that you come over to my house and demand my stuff. That's not very nice. I hope you're not doing this to your other friends. And Serenity was so confused. She just stood there and she didn't know what to do. And I told her, I said, look, Serenity, we talked about this. Friends don't demand things from each other. And you definitely don't demand to have their stuff. And then she's like, well, she doesn't want it if you're not going to give it to her. And I said, well, I'm not going to give it to her. I'm picking up I have gloves, but I am picking up this broken sunglass arm thingy so I can throw it in the garbage. And so I said, well, too bad. I'm not giving her my stuff. And now you're not even borrowing it. And so then Serenity left. And I sat there for like a minute or two, and I was like, oh, I just had this like sinking feeling. Like either I didn't handle it quite right, or I don't know. I just had this like really bad feeling. And after like 2 or 3 minutes, I went over to my daughter's house and I told my daughter, I'm like, I know I'm going to tell you some stupid story about some dumb picker that's $1.25 at the dollar store. I'm going to tell you why. I'm not going to give it to her friend. And like, as I'm telling my daughter, whispering to my daughter this stuff, because the girls were way back in the back on the other end of the house. Serenity's door opened up. We could see all the way down the hallway. So we're silent. And Serenity comes out with her picker, because she's got one, I have one. And she says, my friend accidentally broke it. She sat on it and broke it. And she wouldn't look at us when she was telling us this. She would not look at us. And so we were like, I knew immediately that her friend broke it on purpose. But I hadn't really gotten to the full story with my daughter yet about how the whole scenario was going down. But I knew that the friend purposely broke it because I wouldn't give her mine. And so I was like, oh, this is so awkward. So I didn't say anything. My daughter's like, she takes the picker thingy. She's like, well, it's broken. I don't know what you want me to do. And so then, I should have found a garbage can. And so then Serenity went back to her room, and I told my daughter the whole story, and I said, I'm sorry, but I think her friend broke it on purpose because I wouldn't let her have mine. And I know that you don't want to think that a little child would think this way or be mean like this, but unfortunately, we've been having issues for several weeks now, and I haven't said anything about some of the stuff because Serenity keeps telling me she's going to address the issue, and clearly she's not addressing the issue. She's allowing her friend to mistreat her and use her and be abusive, and I will no longer play with them. And then my daughter's like, okay, I will look at the situation, which basically means that while the girls are playing in the bedroom, my daughter's going to listen to every single word they say for the rest of the remaining time. So she did that. I went home, thank goodness, because look at all this garbage. What is happening? And I just went home and said, okay, whatever. Like, I felt better about talking about it with my daughter, even it's like something so stupid. And so then later on, when it was time for her friend to go home or whatever, and my daughter sent her home, and my daughter told me that she listened to their conversation. She definitely saw a whole bunch of bullying going on, and she had a long talk with Serenity about the things that she heard, that she witnessed. And then she said that she wanted to talk to her about that little picker thing. And Serenity tried to lie and say it was an accident. And my daughter told Serenity, she's like, don't lie to me. So then Serenity told the truth that her friend broke it on purpose. Because she was mad at me because I wouldn't give her mine. And so then my daughter's like, well, I'm glad that you are being honest right now, even though you tried to lie to me about it, and that you're being more honest now that you're telling the truth. But we're definitely going to have a deeper conversation about this. I'm going to let you think about it for a little bit, and then we're going to talk about this again. So I want you to spend that time thinking about it, knowing that we're going to talk about this in like a day or two. And you're going to need to really think about all the situation and everything. And so then, because Serenity really was upset, like she started crying because at first my daughter told her, I can't fix it. She can't fix the picker, it's like $1.25. She started crying at first. And then she was like her feelings were really hurt. And so my daughter let her believe that you couldn't fix it. But later my daughter fixed it because it's a dollar store product. It comes apart. And so she fixed it and then gave it back to her. And Serenity, she said, started crying because she fixed it. And it was like all better. But first she told her, because the picker's all better doesn't mean that your situation is better. You still have to address the situation. And it has to stop. Like, you're not going to be able to hang out with her. She's not going to be able to come over here anymore because I know the truth now. But you need to start standing up for yourself. And when you see people do things wrong, you need to say something like, no, that's not right. Because you let this go so far, a lot of that, all this stuff happened, and it all could have not happened if you would have just said in the beginning, no, this is not right. This is not okay to act like this or to do this. So that was yesterday. So Serenity's had a lot to think about. We talked a little bit this morning. And then I told her that we should start doing vlogs on Fridays, the two of us, like a regular vlog every Friday, me and her, because she doesn't have school on Fridays. And we should do that together and start planning that. And then on getting those out and making more videos together. And she's been slacking off on her shorts. And I've been doing shorts here and there. But she needs to pick up her end of our YouTube channel. Because I've been doing it all and the last couple months, and she hasn't been doing much of anything. And I understand that because school started and all that kind of stuff, and she had to get back into that routine. But I'm going to tell her, I'm going to talk to her and say, Fridays, no more plans. Fridays, we have to go do a vlog together. And so you might as well just start planning the vlog. You'll have all week to think about it, and we'll do it on Fridays. And then at the same time, you need to think about doing some of your shorts. So hopefully you guys will be looking at new vlogs with Serenity on Fridays. And maybe some more new videos of more interesting stuff than 9-year-old drama. Because this is like 2 9-year-old dramas. But at the same time, like my daughter and I thought about it, it's good that she's going through this right now. So she's learning the difference between a good friendship and a bad friendship at a super early age. And this will help her in the future so that when she's going through middle school and high school, she'll recognize what a good friend is and what a not so good friend is. And she'll know what having a not so good friend, where that leads and where a good friend leads. So, all in all, like my daughter and I looked at the situation. It's hard watching her get bullied, but she also has to learn to stand up for herself. And we are, been blessed with the position to monitor the whole situation. So it's all been able to happen in front of us. And we were able to try to get the good out of it. And, with as least amount of trauma as possible. But at the same time, her learn the lesson. So she'll be having another long conversation with her mom probably tonight or tomorrow. And then we'll see where we are there. And then maybe by Friday, she will have resolved it in her heart and her head, because she knows in her head that it's wrong. But she also, in her heart, is such a sweetheart that she thinks that she, sometimes when you think that you can be a really good influence, the bad influence that you're trying to influence in a good way, sometimes you pick up that stuff. So you have to balance it. And we have to show her that she can't fix other people just by being nice and allowing them to push her around. Like, her good qualities are not rubbing off if the bad is overpowering the good. So we have to readjust her thinking, and she's got to learn to be okay to stand up for herself in a polite way. She can do it in a polite way. My daughter and I totally handle situations completely. I'm super blunt, because I don't have time for feelings, mine or whatever. I don't care. Let's just get it out on the table and work from there. My daughter's a little softer approach, but I'm blunt. So she's got different examples that she can lead from, but we are trying to teach her in a polite way, handling the situation, but at the same time putting her foot down and saying, no, this is not how I'm going to behave. I'm not going to partake in this type of behavior, and I'm not going to encourage this kind of behavior. I know it's wrong. You know it's wrong. So let's, either not be around each other at all, or let's do what's right. So that's where we're at. So hopefully Friday you guys will get a vlog from Serenity and you won't have to listen to me all the time. Anyway, I'm going to end this because I'm going in to get me some hot chocolate, and then I want to take some shorts on the way home to some videos and maybe pump out a short. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye. Thank you for watching.